Welcome to Coding Casually, and in this video we would be putting some light on Fast API. What we would be doing is we'll be creating a Fast API for you. This is for shortly for beginners only, so we would not be doing some mumbo jumbo. Rather, we would be following a very simple route to make sure that you understand how exactly Fast API works. So in order to make sure that it is done well, what you can do is you can create a folder in which you would be doing the stuff I've already created, which is called Fast API. And now in order to set this thing up, what I can do is I can write cmd by pressing Window R, and then I'll copy this, come over here, and now I'm in the folder where I would really like to create my virtual environment. So in order to create a virtual environment, what you need to do is you need to write this, which is python.m, and then venv, which is virtual environment called my-env. And within maximum of 10 seconds, you'll see that there is a folder which is created in this one, which is called Fast API, and you'll see the folder is here. And by copying this URL, or not basically the route, I will go here and then I will activate the environment. And post activating the environment, I will install Fast API, and it will give me the installation. And then post this, I will also install uvcon, and then we would be up and running. So why we are installing uvcon is just because we would be using it as a server. So now the moment we have the stuff done, which is basically the installation done, what we can do is we can open our Visual Studio Code, open the folder, and then in this folder we would be creating the file that we would want the API to sit in. So we can create main.py, and then in this what we can write here is from Fast API import Fast API, and this is how you'll do. um, and I can write Fast API, and you are done with your API construction. So unlike Flask, you don't have to write if name equals to main. You don't have to do that. You can write get method, or rather get, and this is basically the route. And then in this we can write home and close this up and return hello world, and ta-da! So now in order to run this application, or basically API, not application, API, what you would be doing is you would be going back to your CMD, and where your file resides, which will be basically this path, you can come here and then you can write the code called uvcon, and what you wish to run, which is main. You don't have to write main.py, and then you have to run the application, and then you will write reload, and you will see that your application has started working. You can copy it from here, and then on your Chrome or whatever browser that you use, you will see that hello world is there. So the best part of Fast API is this, that if I write hello world two times like exclamation mark and I'll do a reload, you'll see that it instantly updates here. So suppose if you're making an application where you would be putting some items that you wish to sell, or some anything which relates to adding stuff that should be there instantly, Fast API is something that you can easily hop onto. Let's do something more with it. So this is the home one. We would not change it. What we can do is we can define another route, and then we can get stuff for you. So suppose I would be writing about items that I wish to call out. So I can write this and then get items, and then items can be the one that you would be giving me. So suppose I can write items here, and then for this we can define basically a function. So what we can do is we can write fetch items and then close it up and then return, because we want it to be asynchronous, so we can write async. You can write async here as well, but most of the time you would not want here, but still I'm writing it. And now what you can do is in this one you can write you can return the items that you wish to call out. So from where you can get those items, so suppose if you are a seller and you sell computer stuff, so you can write computer stuff and then give it a dictionary, and then you can write monitor that you wish to sell, and then you can give the name of the monitors that you sell. So Sam 24 inch X100, and similarly you can define many monitors that you sell, and you can write LG I, and then you can write ASUSS for this one. And now suppose if you sell graphic cards as well, and then you can write graphic cards, and then you can give it some value. So it could be GTX 9660, and could be anything. XX, not XX, 280X OC edition. So suppose you sell all this computer stuff, what you can do now is, in order to fetch this, so of course in your real life application you would be hopping onto a database altogether, but giving you the features what fast API offers is you can write dot get, and then in get what you can write here is the items. So basically this is the item, so I can write item, and then, or rather you can go with this only and then write items here. Now let's see whether this route works for us or not. So if the moment I'll hop onto this, I'll do this, and I am on get item. So of course I haven't provided item yet, so I can copy it from here and then write monitor, and you'll see that it is giving me the data that I wish to. So this is how fast API works. So anything which gets updated at the backend, it gets reflected here. And there are plenty and plenty features of fast API. There's a whole documentation available for you. You can also hop onto that and check how you can create the other stuff, or basically real life examples. You can create your applications, rather not even applications, you can create simple APIs only to cater to other applications. So I'm sure that you know how API works. This API works as a server from one interface to another one, and fast API does the job with the name as it says. It's really fast, right? So if you have any ambiguity, you can please put a comment, or rather I would want you to put a comment, and then I can make a video on it, or rather explain you what has happened or what you can do for it. Or you can give us an idea on what exactly we should make videos on, and we will try to make videos on that as well. Please subscribe to the channel, that motivates us to create more videos. And please do like the video as well, and share it with your peers who are getting into computer stuff, development or web development stuff. Thank you.